Hello and good evening. The following video is a conversation between my good friend Louis and I, where we talk about the well, a place you might want to have in your home where you can nourish yourself and replenish yourself with your inner energy and from your inner source. Get connected to the juice, as we say. Now, I'm releasing this as part of my series on the village, a larger image where I discuss many such places, such as the well, which are, among others, the man, the garden, the field, and the shop, and some other things, everything that belongs to a larger ecosystem of places we want to visit to do certain things. It's hard to explain in short, maybe I want to work on that, but you can read all about it in my articles on Substack. So they are linked below. And if you are coming here from Substack, because you clicked on the link in the article on the well, then welcome. In this article, I write out the conversation that Louis and I had, but it's more prosaic because it's for the article. Here you're going to see the actual conversation that Louis and I had with some cuts, so it's a bit more dense and interesting for you. So I hope you enjoy that. It was a really important moment for me, and Louis, in this case, as so often, was a great teacher for me. So you can witness that live, and I hope you have a good time and it's not too long for you and you can take something with you from it. So without further ado, enjoy my conversation with Louis about or on the well.
So I'm thinking, where is self? This is not a good word. Self maintenance. Like, where's your place to nourish yourself? As in, that can be in the house. But what I mean, the first thing I said, what I was thinking of, okay, you need your own space, right? And that can be the house. But I mean, there's this. I was missing silence, and then I saw in the garden there might be a place where you meditate or where you are, right? Where there's a pond and a little bit of water, and you are there. It's a reflection. Um, Taking care of a space where you are, where you nourish yourself, where you save your progress, and where you to refill your lives, right? It's a place like that, yeah. It can be the house, but it's like that's why I ask, can you go to the man? But it's maybe in the garden, maybe in the house, maybe part of the man. I don't know.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a good question. Yeah, I guess that's interesting. And I've thought about silence given our studies. And um, I was like, yeah, recently I've said to myself, you haven't had much silence. Like I'm not, there's no big meditative practice for me going on. I definitely want to bring it back a bit, but kind of followed a lot of work now.
Yeah, yeah, but it's maybe more than silence. It's reconnecting to the juice, regenerative place,
Yeah,
a place.
the well, yeah, filling the well is what.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You need the well in the garden, I would say. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And I think it's very. I really believe, because there are only a couple of ways to replenish, right? The source, or reconnect to the source, and this is a lot of work and a lot of garden and fun, and it will keep you going, but it will not keep you from. It's not the soil, right? It's not. You need your roots. They
yeah.
need nourishment. They need true nourishment.
I suppose that's true.
And the house is like to keep the nourishment going, right? To keep the circumstances e- equilibrium, so you can live there. But that's also not enough.
Interesting. Maybe there's something like the dojo or something, like
Yeah,
uh,
it,
uh,
it's study, silence, um, body,
yeah,
and yeah. So those three, pretty much. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I think I thought about that the house is really like has many. I mean, right now, all of these things are in the house, right? There's a two layer thing here, which is one is the picture, but then one is also real. Like the field
Yeah, yeah,
is an image, but right now my table is the field, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or and so there's something
Of
incomplete
course,
there, yeah. But
of course. But you need a meditation. Sorry, yeah, yeah. Go on. Yeah, yeah. Okay, no,
no,
yeah.
no,
You need
you
a, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
You need in your house. You actually need this place. I find
exactly,
it because it's interesting. Because when you told me, I didn't tell you, but when you told me you created your workout place in your bedroom,
yeah,
I was like, ooh, yeah, it works for you, man. But it's for me. It was like, ooh, that would kind of mess up my energy with my bed. And I think you don't even have to sit there, but just to create an altar somewhere. Can be a meditation pillow, can be a little Buddha, can be a picture of your brother, can be a picture. Doesn't matter, but a place of silence and servitude and honoring, the big man, um, what's the word, in sincerity and in reverence, a place of
reverence, yeah,
reverence, a
yeah,
place of reverence in your house.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What,
it's
what,
sorry, no, please finish,
yeah,
please finish.
that's just you, and it's your, when people go there, people will say, oh, whoa, that's your place, right? That's, we don't, that's sacred space. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting. This is very interesting. I think I have many places of reverence in my house, like just in general. And the whole time, like ever since you challenged this, which is very welcome, I'm like, I feel like I feel like most things here have restorative capabilities. So maybe this is like the class I'm playing in the game or something has a special ability or something. But I can tell you that I am rarely exhausted. I'm sometimes in a bad mood, but really watching my energy, I get energy from this. Like for me, this is after this I'm probably gonna go for a big walk because I know after this I'm fired up.
But that's a different energy,
Okay, and
because I have
mm,
the same, but for me, this is almost a dangerous energy,
yeah, I know.
because
Okay,
yeah.
we know it. We know it. Okay, well then let me say the other thing. I think my house is like adhering to a degree of feng shui, right? I showed you this. I told you this. The place for meditation, self, and wisdom and water is the place where the gym is at now. And previously there was the two-piece couch thingy that was there for meditation. But I didn't meditate there. I always went to the living room here, to the two pieces by the window to meditate. And I can't do that here. I could also go, actually, I could, like the biggest sacred area, shriny area, is my hallway right now. Because there's the center with the golden thing and the circular thing. And that's in the feng shui, that's the yin and yang. That's where everything flows and is together and it's circular and not rectangular. So maybe I can try that. But there's almost no utility there. No.
No, no.
No, right? In a way, no. And then there's the thing, the gym, yeah. I still sleep very well in my thing. I definitely was aware of that. And it seems to me that one of the best ways to express reverence to the man is to train his body right now. Like really.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so for me, that's kind of my right now my only solution by which I can master your challenge. It's like, well, I think it's just the more important meditation right now is to lift shit, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No,
And
and that's right.
and I will also put a mirror there. And yeah, well, that's kind of the
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. I can really follow. The only things that maybe the question is, maybe the question. This is a big, yap question in a
yeah.
sense. that I've been. So how do you? What is your the bron, right? What's your where? What is your entrance? How do you replenish that? How do you stay connected to it? Yeah, that's the question. And for me, so for me, what I've always seen is there are a couple of, and one is indeed it's about the body, and one is about studying or reading, right? Or and silence. Those are the three, well, the big ones for me. And well, just to tell you, just so for me, the place that I'm envisioning isn't so much like it doesn't have to be a place where you meditate, as it's much more the energy that is. So for me, it can be two places for me, right? It can be the low. I've created I actually have this low couch, this Japanese, and the whole place is a silent Zen retreat almost. So that's kind of there. But then I have this little pillow, or little thingy on which is a meditation pillow. I never meditate there, and it has this Japanese painting above it. But it's for me, it's very centered there. There's this place where it's for me. Oh yeah, there's the okay. That's where it happens. And I meditate opposite it, and I mean that's just a comfortable place. But I still feel like, yeah, I'm probably gonna switch to the other place when I'm ready. So that's just the thing of my. And the other is my desk. My desk, when it's really well set up, when it's ordered, and I always have order now, because it's I don't know why, but it's
Yeah,
beautiful. I love it.
same, same.
And and so my desk it has a couple of rocks, it has a candle, it has two books on it, or three maybe, with all writing paper, very clean, a couple of ornaments, or what do you call them, sacred artifacts. For me, sacred sand from all over the world, but it doesn't really matter. I light the flame, I light the candle, and then I sit down and study, or be focused, right? And that for me. So that okay. So there's this. This is my altar. My desk is my altar. Yeah, that's yeah.
No, I see that. And I think that is missing in a way because the desks I have are, yeah, are a bit multi. Like this desk, that I'm sitting on right now, that's like kind of one of the oldest things in this house, one of the least up to date. Like it doesn't serve me that well. It's like kind of the powerful PC where the production is. Here I can like make stuff, but it also is very connected to like video games and stuff. So it's like a very
Yeah,
unfocused area,
yeah.
and I can barely work here. Like
No,
when
I
I
can feel that. Yeah, I felt that.
yeah. So when I work here, I work on the big table on my laptop. So that's a good chunk closer to what you're describing. Um, but indeed, there's a question for like, yeah, this truly, um, yeah, what how you said, the thing that belongs to me alone. So that's hard for me. Let's say it's hard for me to make a place that's like really beautiful and really sacred and kind of not so utilitarian, but truly dedicated to something higher. Yeah, yeah. So that's a challenging question, really. Like, um, and it's possible that that's not, let's say, for this decade or something. Like maybe, or
Yeah.
maybe it is, but I don't want to long for it. I don't want to.
No.
I'm really grateful right now, for example, for the gym there or something. I'm like, no, this is extremely cool. This is so needed, right? Like, this is more important
Yeah.
than anything. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I would love to have a holy writing desk. Like, don't get me wrong.
No, but so for me, it would. Yeah, that's what I definitely would say. So don't make it too sacred.
Yeah.
Don't make it too sacred, because this is. But maybe because and what you said, maybe the more you feel it's very difficult, maybe the more it's necessary that it is there, especially for people, who are very much in servitude to others. Their servitude will expand greatly by serving themselves first. and
Of course.
and
Right.
this is literally, I mean, what I mean by sacred space is literally, like, it could be one thing that is important to you, like a stone, and you say, okay, you put that down there, and that's the first 1/3 of the writing desk, and that is never cluttered. That's my part of the writing desk. I have the stone there, and I sit down. I have one candle. I light the candle before I go to work. That's it. It's much more the idea of having the place where you have with this your own ritual, and this, like, and this is, I do think this is really important, because and it will grow, and it can literally be it can be the couch, it can be a chair, it doesn't matter. It's just that you, for yourself, designate a place where you find, and you don't create this. You look back and you say, okay, where do I sit, where do I find this focused on myself, where do I find this, where I go into the source, where I find oblivion, right? Where I find true concentration, where I find stillness, where I find connection. Uh, just build on whatever you know about it, and that's it. Because my desk has been growing for 18 years. It's been growing for 18 years, right? It's been, and I've been creating this more and more, and the more I take note of it, the more more I know. Oh fuck! I want something. I want some incense there. Oh, I want some, a little bit of this. And yeah, but I do truly believe it's of quite some importance. It's maybe the last anecdote about it is,
Please.
I notice it when my niece or whatever comes into my house. There are two things I say now, and it's very well. One is, you don't walk on the Zen place with your shoes on. So that's one thing, but that's not okay. That's, yeah. But the one thing I truly, my niece can play with whatever, but when she's at my desk, it's not for children. It's not for her. She cannot play with it, and it's very clear. It's like,
I can
no,
hear that. Yeah. Yeah.
this is not. This
Can
is
she
not. This.
can she sit there?
Yeah, she did last week, and I sit
In
with you, and yeah, you can sit with me, and that was okay. But she didn't talk a lot then. I was
yeah.
saying, no, I'm studying now, and you have to study too. And she's 6 years old, and she's okay, it's clear,
Yeah.
and everyone will know this. This is my, and the Weerkoen is just manifesting there, and
I c-
it's helping me. It's helping me. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and the well is, and I know you know this, but it's just, again, for me, this pops up right now. It's so important. The well is very deep underground, right? It's not satisfaction. It doesn't give you. It's you come out there and feeling one, right? It's the image of the. It's almost the image of of the inner realm of the Garden of Eden, somewhat. This magical place where you go, and where it just, from your toes up, it just fills you, and it's slow, right? It's not like, no, it's time goes slower. So it happens when I meditate. It happens in silence. It happens when I walk in nature. That's the other big one.
Yeah.
But it happens also when I study, and it's not never work. Work is something very different for me. It's studying the Tao or the I Ching on my own, just not having no interaction, just between recognition and, oh yeah, and really, like, the right. It's you, and I can almost feel this energy shield around me, like the Sonic the Hedgehog energy shield,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just, where I'm just there, and I whoop, and I get out, and then it's like, all right, stillness and calmness. That's the effect, and deep groundedness in myself, and it's the yeah, it's the filling up of this immutable, unchangeable essence of myself that is replenished and is okay. It's there, and then you go out to the field, you go out wherever, but it's blah blah, it's fun, it goes everywhere, all the energy is flying, and then sometimes like, oh yeah, get back.
I really understand this, and it's really hard to map it to me. And I will take the question with me because I have to. And um, I'm thinking many things there. It's like, well, where do I feel my well? Well, for example, in my bed. I really like being in my bed. That's where I read. That's where I've always read. That's where I've played copious amounts of Game Boy as a kid. Not this bed, but another bed, and where I was always kind of, yeah. I think the protection, the shield. If I think more in more imagery, I would go, to the clearing in the forest, where
Yep.
it's calm and there's a little bit of maybe a fawn or a deer like coming by sometimes, but it's really calm. Not many people go there, and it's kind of quiet. Like that's
Yep.
a very archetypal image, and that would also probably be an outside thing, going on a walk or something, going to nature, going to the water. I really like the water for calmness too, the lapping of the waves. And then the other place where like feel whole, kind of like
Yep.
competent, flowy in just the right ways, has always been games, man. Like video games or just playing. But playing things that I'm competent at. So, for example, when I play frisbee,
Yeah.
nothing can get to me, right? Like I just play.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but also in the right video game scenario. So, and then
Yeah.
maybe there's something to do there with music also. But it's really, it's I again, I will take it with me, so I'm not trying to answer it right now. I'm just kind of looking what I have. And it's strange, It is kind of strange. I've been always like double using places, always. And I've definitely, with more space now, put it out. But I feel like, in a way, I would need another room. You know,
Yeah.
that's, you know, because of what I said earlier. There's something that always takes precedence. Like this room is like my workroom, but it's set up so that somebody can sleep here. That's more important. That's more important that somebody can sleep here. That when I set up the room with Jules, it was always like the couch must be sleepable without changing the room. It cannot be an effort that somebody sleeps here. So, and that's is clear, right? And there's an observation in there. I would love to have a room that's very minimalistically set up with many plants or something where I just sit and there's just one chair and one light for reading. I can see something like that also. Next house, But I don't mean this in resignation or in cop out. But it's so interesting. That's such a question, man. You posed me. Thank you for that. That's gonna take this with me for a while. And well, basically, that this you've just very much put like new food to the fire. That this table and this whole corner needs to be now more urgently revamped. Yeah. And I was a bit of a blind spot for me, to be honest. Because I've just been sitting at a table like this for 18 years, if you want to, yeah? Like, just sitting at my computer, doing computer things.
Yeah.
And that is the place I always go to. And now I go to it in different ways. But this is where I meet my friends. This is where I play my games. This is where I gather understanding about the world, And it's not grounding by the ancient rules of, I don't know, but maybe it is for me, But yeah,
Yeah.
but what's missing is the true element of calm, because sitting at a screen is truly, and also by the ancient rules, not calm. There's too much bullshit coming at you, so that's fair enough also. But yeah, Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's also. I mean, but yeah, and screen is a very diffuse in a sense. It could be writing could also be a very right can be a thing where you write and
Yeah,
yeah. So
that's
yeah.
fair. That's
So
fair.
and yeah, it's for me.
Uh,
So yeah. So
Can I add one more thing if you don't
yeah.
lose your? Well, I've thought the other day about my high amounts of like Twitter reading, and one of the things that I want to do in the next couple of days is like resort my online accounts. So I know like right now I'm very confused about my online identities. But I want to keep this short. So I thought, well, I think reading Twitter is so interesting to me because I'm almost like I'm tuning into the energy flow of the world, you know? And I'm really like getting so much energy. Sometimes it distracts me and disturbs me also. And then sometimes, but I always learn so much. And it feels important. It feels like I'm very in touch with the world with a part of the world, that's for sure, when I'm reading Twitter. So I can't, say, is that the well? Because I think it is in a big way. It fills my well. I don't know
No,
how.
I'm sorry, but it just isn't. I have to say, I truly I cannot. But it's beautiful. It can be absolutely beautiful, and it can be very filling, and it can be I have nothing negative to say about it at all because I know the feeling, and it's very nourishing in a sense because it's
Yeah.
just. But it's exactly what you said. It taps you into the energy of the world. That's exactly it.
That's the
That
opposite of what we're looking for in a way.
it is.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Fair. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. That's the discernment that's necessary. That's the discernment that's necessary. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and this opened up to me, and this is not. We don't have to go into it right now, but it's interesting because it the way you spoke about yourself, right? About the fact that you put down the bed to facilitate others. The way you talk about your brothers and your friends, and yeah, it's an it's very logical that you have never had this space. It's of course. Because you put yourself at the latest place at the table, right? I mean, you do find yourself important, which you are, and you do, yeah, you see yourself, and that's good. But I do believe it's very important that you set the table for yourself first, and then you have space for your guests. Um, and this is a very important reversal. This doesn't mean that you are less open or less open-hearted to
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
but to have this place where you are fed first and then you feed the rest is a it's well, if this is, yeah, I mean, we don't have, but it opened it up for me, and I
Yeah.
think especially as a tree, right, especially as a tree, you have to plant yourself in fertile soil near the water, or at least with enough rain, and that's from where you grow, and yeah, yeah, it's simple, yeah,
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. That is true. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's I think long. I mean, I've definitely done a lot of that, like moving into that direction, right? But to manifest this as a place in the house is like, or on the farm, so to speak, which right now is only the house. I'm afraid. Um, uh, yeah, no, that's true. And yeah, I can totally feel it. The other things are by necessity, and I'm happy about them and proud and joyful and happy that I can carry that, kind of weight. But Yeah, yeah. The important things happen in secondary places, right? I listen to music in the shower. I read my books in bed. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny,
Yep.
right? That's the
Yeah.
and I sometimes have the little imagination, the little dream of like a big chair in which I can, listen to uh, a record on my headphones, and there's and I don't do anything. It's not music in the background. I just listen to music.
Dude, second time, man. This chair. First time was the chair with the one lamp reading. Now it's listening to music in the chair.
Yeah,
It's your place, man. The chair.
it's definitely a chair. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Oh boy, I am gonna need to rethink some things here for that. Or maybe not here. Maybe over there. Hmm. I don't know. I
No.
will take a break and go pee.
Yeah. Do it. Do it.
Um, when we return from the break, do you should we look at the Holy Nights a little bit? Uh,
Yeah, and I was thinking maybe do a very quick recap of the year. We can do that through the Holy Nights, but just also maybe our year together. Because I was
Subscribe.